Auston Matthews is one of the most paid members of the NHL. After being drafted in 2016 and winning the Swiss Cup in the same year, Auston Matthews was widely considered the draft's top prospect and was selected first overall by the Toronto Maple Leafs. With a net worth of $63 million, you can be sure that he makes some interesting purchases. So, what pray tell are those interesting purchases? Well, I'm here to tell you. But first of all, there's a lot of stories to say about Auston Matthews. One of which is that he went to the Clout House with the Nelk Boys, Big Heat Daddy and Trevor Cheek. I love this generation and their names. For most of you guys who don't know what any of this is or who the Nelk Boys are, I'm going to introduce them to you. Nelk, popularly referred to as Nelk Boys, is a Canadian YouTube channel and entertainment company with over 7 million subscribers. They're known for their prank videos, vlogs, and their brand, Full Send Entertainment. The Toronto Star referred to the group's founders, Kyle and Jesse I, as two of the most recognizable personalities for young people in North America, quote unquote. On the other hand, the Clout House is a multi-million-dollar mansion located in the Hollywood Hills, Los Angeles, and it is home to some of the richest and most popular YouTubers in the world. It was confirmed that the Nelk Boys were invited by FaZe Banks of the popular e-gaming company FaZe Clan to move into his influencer-focused house, which helped their name and brand and provided them with a group of big-time influencers in the same living space. Auston Matthews was also invited into the Clout, along with hockey players Big Heat Daddy and Trevor Cheek. For those of you who don't know, Justin Bieber and Auston Matthews are big fans of each other, and to the point where each man even grew a questionable mustache at the same time. Definitely relate. Not a coincidence. Nobody can convince me otherwise. Auston Matthews is not just the best player on Justin Bieber's favorite NHL team, he's also just become close friends with the pop superstar Justin Biebs. And apparently Biebs is just like any other sports fan, at least. Auston Matthews told the ESPN, when we first started talking and becoming friends and stuff, Justin Bieber texted me like, "We need a D, man. We need a guy like Brian McCabe." I just laugh so hard because it's like, you're no different from the guy on the street that's coming up to me being like, "Hey, nice to meet you. Can I get a picture? Man, we need a guy this, we need a guy that." The two also started hanging out with each other. Auston Matthews told SC, "We actually have hung out a couple of times. He has a house in Toronto, so we've been over a couple of times. It's like a fun house, and he's got all kinds of arcade games and stuff." But how is Justin Bieber on the ice? Auston Matthews described Justin Bieber as the second best player I've seen since Vladimir Putin. No doubt making a subtle jab at the Russian president. The simple connection between the pop star and one of NHL's best players has jolted the league's interest into a whole new demographic, and certainly the revitalization of the ESPN broadcast will prove to only be beneficial for the sport's future. Anyways, it seems Auston Matthews and Justin Bieber can relate to each other on all kinds of levels, including the difficulty of being super duper famous. The difficulties of being famous, yeah, they do exist, I know, I'm just making a joke. He said, "You think about this guy, Justin Bieber can't go anywhere without security, without a private room unless he wants to get mobbed." And living in a city full of Leafs fans kind of have a similar vibe. Auston Matthews explains, "Obviously, Toronto, it's such a big hockey place. When we walk around, when we go to dinner, we get noticed, which is awesome." But while he can kind of relate to his fellow Canadian celebrity, he admits he doesn't feel too bad for Justin Bieber. "I mean, I don't feel bad for him. The guy's an absolute pop star, a superstar, celebrity." Auston Matthews jokes. Perhaps unsurprisingly, Auston Matthews would pick a Justin Bieber track for his goal song if he'd been given a choice. He said, "Maybe one of those old school ones he sung when he was a kid, like Baby. Something from back when he had a high-pitched voice." After all, what's a bit of play for trolling among stash bros? Alongside all these new friends and many winning titles and awards over the years, Auston Matthews has made a significant leap in his career, with one of the largest contracts in the NHL. So let's see how he spends his millions of dollars he's made from his very fruitful career. Being one of the best hockey players in the country and having a lot of money to back it up, you can only expect that Auston Matthews lives in a pretty expensive house. His mansion in Arizona supports this claim. Auston Matthews owns a contemporary-style mansion in Phoenix's Red Rock community. The mansion is located on a 7,300 square foot piece of land and has a single story. This estate is nestled at the base of Mummy Mountain, and it has 5 bedrooms and 6.5 bathrooms. It also has a well-furnished kitchen, a garage, dining area, and many other features. The home was remodeled in 2018 with upgrades that include 27 feet of glass pocket doors, a separate guest casita, and a kitchen with Benova cabinets manufactured in Italy. This house cost about $3.2 million, and he has been enjoying every single minute of it since the first month of lockdown. Sunbathing on the roof and diving straight into the pool from up there. How far is that drop? Man, I want to Google a picture right now. That's my new goal. Be rich enough where you can jump off of your roof 20,000 feet down into your dope pool. It's like not really a pool. It feels more like an ocean. It's a little bit of a tangent. In an interview with GQ Sport, Auston Matthews listed his sneaker as one of his essentials. Growing up from such a young age, Auston Matthews has always loved to wear sneakers. His favorite sneakers include a Nike Air Force Ones, which go for about $150 a pair, the Nike collab with Cactus Jack, which sometimes go for over $5,000 on the resale market, and a couple of Nike Off-White sneakers that go for about $190 a pop. Auston Matthews says that he has a large number of sneakers in his collection, if you couldn't tell. He split half of his shoes in Arizona and the other half in Toronto. He also said that his collection is definitely growing, even though he already's got a bunch. Auston Matthews also has a slides collection. His favorite ones happen to be these Dior slides, Nike slides, and the UGG slides. Those suckers go for about $750, $200, and $150 respectively. Auston Matthews said that he's gotten into jewelry too. After he made it as a professional hockey player and started earning some, big buckaroonies, he noticed that a lot of guys he played with had some pretty nice watch collections, and he decided to get one of his own. Our boy made his first expensive purchase, a Rolex GMT Master 2 Pepsi Edition, which also happens to be his favorite watch. This Rolly is a 40mm watch, which has a steel case and bracelet with a ceramic bezel, sapphire crystals, and a black dial, which costs, you want to guess? It doesn't matter. The animator probably already put it on. It's $31,000. Thank you, animator. It's only right to get yourself a nice ride when you start making some decent cash. And Auston Matthews lived this up to a T. Not much is known about his car collection, but Auston is known to be a speed demon. He's got a Porsche 911 GT3 RS, and he got his car after going to test drive it and being announced as the brand ambassador for the Policaro Group. The Porsche 911 GT3 RS is a really nice car and a high-performance version of the already fast Porsche 911. Porsches are pretty popular in the supercar category because they're perfect for those seeking a true car race experience while also wanting some smooth weekend rides. This car can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.2 seconds and has a max speed of 197 miles per hour, that is. His Porsche is one of Auston's favorites, and it goes for about $200,000. In his interview with GQ Sports, Auston Matthews says that he loves to play video games. He says that he usually goes through phases where he plays video games for a couple of months, and then he just takes a break from it all, which my soul hit so much with that. I'm not even going to go into detail. What's the point? I mean, we're talking about Auston anyways, right? His two favorite and most used consoles are the Xbox and Nintendo Switch. He likes to play various games on his Xbox like NHL, Call of Duty, Fortnite, and then on the Switch, he plays any games like Mario Party, Super Mega Baseball. Being a lover of games myself, I can tell you that Auston Matthews is a true man of culture and a trader. He's playing a baseball game. Get him out of here. Other essentials for Auston Matthews includes his Dove deodorant. Yeah, you heard that right. What makes it even better is that it's the female Dove deodorant. Not that that matters, it's just funny. He says that he was a big Old Spice guy for a while. That's a big Old Spice guy he's a big Old Spice dude. But he switched to the girly Dove and he hasn't changed ever since. He says that he's been using it for 5 to 6 years and he can't stop using it because it smells pretty nice and refreshing.